Welcome back, viewers, to Roo Studios TekkitL 1.2.9G. This is episode 14, and we're going to go on with getting ourselves some food and some meat. So we're going to go over here, and you can notice I've done a little bit of work over here already, just in preparation for this episode. We're going to make a cow farm. Okay, so up here we have our breed stock of cows at the moment. Looks like some may have gotten out, but I think that's all right. We can breed them up. And we have in here an empty box. This is where the baby cows will be transported. All right. So what we're going to use here is we need four machines. We need a breeder, which will breed the cow, which will allow the cows to breed. We need a chronotyper, which transports all the baby cows from this point over to this point. And we need a slaughterhouse, which is over here. And that'll go this end, and this will kill all the baby cows as they grow up. Now, each of these areas. Oh, the other thing we need is a sewer. All right, we'll put a sewage in the centre, and that'll gather sewage to create industrial fertiliser, because we need a wheat farm as well, so we can keep the breeder going. Okay, so a little bit of work to go on. This might be a couple of parts in this series, and that's why I sort of get ahead of the game a little bit. And what we'll do first is we'll go and make the machines, eh? So let's go get cracking. Okay, so the first thing we need to make is a breeder. So let's go and hit up the recipe for a breeder. There it is there. Alright, so we're going to need a fair bit here. This is a pretty expensive one by the look of it. So the first thing we need to make is some golden carrots and a golden apple. Alright, let's see what we've got here in the way of gold. 28. Yeah, I think we need nuggets for the carrots from memory, but so that should be enough. We've got an apple there. Let's see if we got some carrots. Yep, we got 3 carrots. Excellent. Okay, so let's do the apple first. That's that one done. And yes, now I think from memory the carrots require nuggets and not ingots, which is a bit of a sigh of relief, because things can get a little bit expensive there. And another one. Perfect. Put that back, put all those back. There we go. There's our carrots. Okay, so what's next? Okay, purple dye. Do we have purple saplings? I thought we had some. Oh, that's no good. Was it just purple saplings? Or was it any colour? Red and blue. Do we have red and blue? We got blue, no red. Although we do have red dye. Let's see if we can make some purple saplings out of that. Excellent, there we go, perfect. Phew, that was close. Alright. Now we need to got plastic and machine frame. I'm pretty sure we got plastic there. So, just 2. We might need to get some more rubber happening. Our golden apple, our 2 carrots, 2 pieces of dye, and all we need is our machine frame. Hopefully we got one of those. Yes, we do. And our redstone, was it redstone resonant coil or something? Reception coil. Alright, and there's our breeder. Next thing we need is a chronotyper. There it is. Hit the recipe for that. Oh, more purple dye. Alright. We've got emeralds, plastic we're running out of, so we need to go and get some rubber happening. So we've got plenty of rubber. Let's go and cook some of that up. Okay. Dyes. Let's get this purple dye happening again. So red. Name all red. Let's go for rose. There we go. And our blue sapling. That can stay there. You can clear that. There we go. That should be enough. Okay, so Chronotyper. Emeralds, plastic. So we need raw plastic. We need a couple of sheets of this. Perfect. So plastic up there. Dye there, and all we need now is emeralds. Perfect. I have discovered in my other map how to build a pattern template provider, so that we don't have to keep making these patterns together to build our machines. And I'll go on with that very soon. Next couple of tutorials. It's a fairly big build, and there's a fair bit of machines and bits and pieces involved with it. So we'll get on with that a little bit later on. So there's our Chronotyper. Now we need a slaughterhouse. Oh, Invar, lots of it. Okay, so Invar gear first. Let's get the Invar gear out of the way. I know how to make one of those. So let's go with that. Go to this one. Oh, look, we got heaps of it here. So that's kind of handy. There's our Invar gear. Let's make a couple of those. Put them in here. And now we need, was it swords and axes? I'm pretty sure. So 1, 2 of those, 2 of those, and an axe. One, 2 of those. Okay, and that should be it. And the plastic sheets, yes. Excellent. So over here, get rid of that, and that. Oh, I should have got rid of the plastic. Never mind. So swords there, that there. What was at the top? Oh, the gear. Gear there, and the plastic sheets. That's our slaughterhouse. Okay, the next thing we need is a sewer. Last thing. This one's should be a fairly easy build. Servo, buckets, bricks. Okay. Don't need that. Do I have some buckets? I do. Some bricks, hopefully. Yes. And I'm not sure if I've built the servos or not. Oh, I have. Look at that. Beautiful. And that's our sewer. Alright. So let's go place these, and then we'll go and wire it all up, power it all up, see how it all works. Now, I may lose some cows here trying to get out when I do this, because there's certain places you have to put them. Okay, so what we do is each of these machines work on a 5x5 area, and depending on where you place them. Now, if you look at the square here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5x5 area. It has to go, first off the breeder, there it is there, goes facing inwards on any side, facing inwards. It has to be in the center of one side. So I'm going to put it on, let's see, I'll put it on this side. So that's the center one there. So 2 down. So it's got to go right there. So I just get the axe out, and hopefully I can get this thing in without the cows being in the way. There we go. So that's our breeder. Okay. And once I power it up, I'll either power it up from the bottom or from the side, depending on how I go. And you need to also put a, when we look at it, basically there's a breeder here. What you need to go in here is wheat, so whatever feeds the cows to breed them. So we have wheat going here, which is why we need a wheat farm. And we have our power, our work, and our sleep timer there. And you'll see how all that works. Now these things work in time with the breeding cycles of the cows, so they won't sit there and try and breed them every half a tick. They'll wait for a certain amount of time till the cows are ready to breed again, and then they'll breed them again. Alright, the next thing we need is a sewer. So a sewer goes in here. Again, 5x5 area. You put it in the center of the 5x5 area. So right there, like that. And what that'll do is that'll collect all the droppings of the cows. There's no power needed. You can upgrade it if you want to a bigger area, but there's no point, because unless you're just having massive amounts of cows and all you want is their sewerage, then you upgrade that. But in this instance, it does a 5x5 area while we're breeding the cows, so we really don't need any bigger. Okay, so there's no power needed for this one, and there you can see there it is starting to collect sewage for the mobs. Now it'll also collect essence. So when you breed the cows, it should collect the essence as well. Now I'm not sure if it's in there or the breeder collects it. I'm pretty sure it's a sewage. Okay, so the next thing we need is the Chronotyper. Alright, the Chronotyper transports the baby cows from this cell over to this cell. Okay, so again, works on a 5x5 area. So we put it in the center, off to one side, like so. And basically what happens is we're going to move babies or move adults. We're going to move the babies. And again, power, work, and idle. And it just works on every tick or so. And last but not least, I need to destroy something to get out of here, is our slaughterhouse. Alright, now slaughterhouse just goes... now I might put the slaughterhouse... I might put it on this side, I think, near where I live, because there's a tunnel there and we can work on that. So slaughterhouse. So the slaughterhouse, again, 5x5 area. Put it in the center. Okay, just there. And what that'll do is that'll give us meat, pink slime, liquid meat and pink slime. And we then process the meat into meat ingots. Now the meat ingots is better than your cooked steak or any of your cooked meat, because it gives you 5 health bars. 5 health bars each time you eat a meat thing. So it's pretty good. And for good measure, we'll throw a sewer in there as well. Alright, so that's our setup. Now all we need to do is make ourselves wire it up, get some power in here. So I'll get some. I'll get an ender tank. I'll build an ender tank. I'm not going to do that on screen because you know how to build an ender tank now. And some fluid pipes and a magmatic dynamo, and I'll power all these up. And we'll get some breeding happening. Now I'm not going to turn the Chronotyper on until I get a decent breed stock in here. At which time then I'll turn the Chronotyper on and we can then start slaughtering things. Okay, so bear with me. I'll be right back, and we'll get this thing happening. Once I get the power in here, I'll hook it all up and show you what I'm doing. Be right back. Okay, here we are back now, and you see I've made myself another ender tank, and I grabbed one of my stocks of magmatic dynamos, and so we have power down here. Now I've also noticed that that's the slaughterhouse there, so we need to power that. We also have our sewers. Now you don't need to power sewers. I think you find here that's full already, so we get a fair bit out of it. It's not enough to fill the to actually fertilise the size of our wheat farm, but that's okay. So what we need to put in, first thing we need to do is put in here is our fluid interfaces. So one there, and that should start filling that up. We'll put another one there for that, so that'll gather the sewage. Now we need to get into that one there. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, forgot there's a cave down here. How do we get out of here now? Up here. I'll terraform all that and fill that in one day. But in the meantime, let me just fill in the hole so I don't do something stupid and fall down it next. Okay. So I've got to power. I'm going to power that from the side, and the reason I power it from the side is because there's a simple reason. Because you cannot make yellow wood facades, but you can make yellow wood covers. Now, if you make a cover, remember earlier in the early episodes, the ME cabling won't hold at the same level. A cover, it'll actually jut out a little bit, but the facade does. So if I put the pipework for power off to the side, I can use a cover and it remains nice and neat and tidy. So I'll power for that from the side, so let's throw a bit of power there, and I'll throw the ME cables underneath to come down here. Where are we? So there, and moving right along. Now I'm not going to turn that on yet until I finish get my breeding stock happening. So that should now be powering. Yeah, there we go. So she's working nicely there. Now it's not going to work at all because we don't have any feed stock in there. What we'll do is we'll harvest some materials down there. In fact, we'll do that now. Let's go and harvest our wheat, and I'll throw the wheat in there, and you can watch and see how it works. Now that won't last very long, but so we're going to need to make a big wheat farm, and we'll harvest the wheat farm and feed it directly into our breeder over here. So let me just, before I go much further, let me just cover this up so I don't get any baby cows escaping and moving around. So I'll just grab my saw and I'll make some covers. And I'll just cover this section up, there and there, and I might just duck in and cover this section up, there. See how it's flashing there? That tells you that it's working. Right, and now we just get out of dodge. I want to put a wall here eventually, but I've just got to get the cows and the sheep out of the way. Beautiful. Alright, excellent. That's what I was wanting to achieve. A little bit of hindsight, probably should have thought about that, but never mind. Let's fix that one up. There we go. Yes, damn it, missed. Alright, so we're all covered up now. Alright, so what we'll do, I'll just come in this side here, and as soon as I put the wheat in there, it'll disappear and these fellas will start breeding. So watch what happens. Give it a sec. There they go, and they'll start breeding each other. So, and now you have little baby cows, and when they grow up, they'll breed as well. So what we need to do is continually feed this this breeder with wheat, and we can have ourselves a nice breed stock here. Once we've got enough breed stock here that we need, all we need to do then is just turn the Chronotyper on and get our baby cows and everything working. Alright, so let's continue on. In fact, I might cut it there for now and do a part 2 on this, because there's still a little bit of work to go. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you do, please like, subscribe and share, and it helps me out. And I will see you on the next tutorial where we finish off our cow farm. Bye for now.